Like it or not, all of us have some kind of sensitive information floating out there in the cloud of the internet. Most of us, this information is securely locked away, and most identity thieves are acutely aware of this. So rather than attempting to force their way through some sort of security, they resort to much simpler and deceptive tactics. Identity thieves will often attempt to steal via email, and this is called phishing. You've probably heard of that before. They steal through email, fax, phone, letters, things like that, and this is especially true when it comes to the world of taxes and taxation. Some recent examples of identity theft, at least as far as the IRS is concerned, some recent examples are like a refund scam. It's a bogus email claiming to come from the IRS. It tells you that you are eligible to receive a tax refund for this given amount if you just follow the instructions in the email. Inherited funds, lottery winnings, cash consignment scams. It's a bogus email, again, claiming to come from the U.S. Department of the Treasury and notifies you that you will receive millions of dollars if you follow the instructions in the email. This may be a multi-step scheme that includes instructions for you to deposit taxes on the funds before you receive them, before they can be paid out, or it could be the issuance of a phony check on which you have to pay 10% or more of tax before the check can be deposited. I can tell you this, if you receive millions of dollars and you have to report that as income, your tax is going to be higher than 10% on millions of dollars. The EFTPS scam. It's a bogus email claiming to come from the IRS again. It contains a realistic looking screenshot of the IRS website with a message about fraud attempts regarding your bank account. So it even says or scares you about fraud attempts while it's attempting to fraud you. The email states that the bank account can be unblocked if you just click a link and provide the information. Social Security or EIN scams, bogus fax or phone call claiming to be from the IRS and informs you that you have failed to submit required bank account details. You're asked to provide your Social Security number, your EIN, bank information, even signatures at times, and this will often come in the form of a realistic looking form for you to fill out and fax or scan or email and send to them. If you receive an email you're not expecting or you don't know the sender, do not click on any links or open any attachments. If you receive a tax-related phishing email, and not clicking on links or attachments from people you don't know is all across the board. If it's tax-related or they're claiming to be the IRS, then also don't click on any links or attachments, but forward the email to phishing@irs.gov. That's phishing with a PH, phishing@irs.gov. Or call the IRS at 800-829-1040, 800-829-1040, and let them know what's going on. They want these things reported to them, and they do take action. So be aware that the IRS will never initiate contact with you by email or any social media tools at all to request personal or financial information. Other social media is being used more now to try to initiate that contact and to attempt the phishing that way. But they'll never try to initiate contact with you through social media or email. They're never going to use it to request personal or financial information. It's also unusual for the IRS to initiate contact by fax or phone call, although it can happen. If you receive an unexpected fax or phone call and you don't know who it is, you want to verify it, you can call the IRS at 800-829-1040, again, to verify that it is legitimate. If they give you any numbers or anything, then make sure to use that in the phone call. Don't give out your information over the phone unless you have initiated the phone call or you have verified the caller's identity first. As a reminder, IRS revenue officers do make unannounced visits from time to time to individuals and businesses that owe taxes. They also call on businesses that have stopped making federal tax deposits, so be aware of that. But revenue officers always carry credentials. All right, the badge is maroon with gold printing on the outside. It flips open to show a photo and name of the revenue officer. Occasionally, a manager will accompany the revenue officer. If not, and you wish to verify the revenue officer's identity, ask for the phone number of the manager. If they're not willing to give that out, just don't give any personal information until you could verify everything first. The IRS never calls and makes threats if immediate payment is not made, nor does it ask the taxpayer to wire a payment or put money on a prepaid card. There are things that the IRS does in specific ways when they look for when they're looking for those who owe taxes or trying to receive the money back from people. If you ever have any questions at all, don't hesitate to give us or your accountant a call. If you have an accountant, a tax preparer, a tax attorney, CPA, whoever it is that you use, give them a call. Obviously, the most important thing, as I've said before, is to stay informed, stay wise, and we'll talk again.